Basketball Show, final edition of the year. Joining me now, Ty McDonough. Ty, it never ends the way you want it unless you cut down the nets at the end, but what a great season.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said it, Jim. I mean, there's only one team at the end of the year that's happy. You know, you never want to end the year on a loss, and I think it was a big learning curve, an outstanding season for the men's squad, and Zach Rubisam and his debut as a rookie head coach. What a great season it was for them, and I think Tommy Johnson and Taylor Proctor, who's going to sub in for him tonight, a bunch of learning curves for them this year. I think we still have a lot of faith in the two of them to have things going forward for the women's squad.
Well, Tommy's out beating the bushes, as we say, recruiting.
Took no time
now.
to get after it.
Yeah, he's out there looking at the JUCOs and getting some other things going on. They had a tournament here over the weekend as well that they played at Massari Arena. I was taking a look at a couple prospects there, but I look forward to bigger and better things from the women's program as we go on.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those strange years. I think Tommy had a lot of talent. Unfortunately, had to say goodbye to 4 outstanding young ladies, 4 seniors that were a big key to this team. I think with the portal nowadays, it's all about matchups. Yeah. I think Genesis and Sanea and Destiny and Ruby, if they're on last year's team, holy smokes, such a good team. It's just a matter of what year you graduate high school, how quick you can get over from JUCO. And I think Tommy had a really talented squad this year, and sometimes things just don't go your way.
Well, now they look to get some new players in there and learn the system and get going after it. And as you mentioned, with the portal the way it is now, you can turn things around in a big hurry. You can go from the outhouse to the penthouse in a big hurry.
Well, I talked about this with TJ early in the year, and I'm sure Coach Rubisam's thinking the same way. You know, good teams, they don't rebuild, they reload. And,
right.
I think both of those guys are going to do that. You won't hear the term rebuild around college sports much anymore, like you said, with the portal, Jim, and you can reload really quick nowadays.
Well, on the men's side, just a tough, heartbreaking loss to Black Hill State. But I want to go back a game before that, the first home playoff game in forever. And
2015, I think,
Colorado
right?
Mines, they brought them in here, Colorado School of Mines, we should say, and the Thunderwolves handled them for the 3rd straight time this year in convincing fashion. What an atmosphere.
Oh, it was incredible, Jim. I mean, Massari Arena, I think you could make a case in the RMAC this year was the toughest venue for any road team coming in. And, I think Zach Rubisam and Tommy Johnson, that was just a men's game there last week, but kudos to them. They understand the social media game, the marketing game. I think joke with Zach a little bit. If Zach in another life wants to ever be a politician, he can do that. He knows to get out and get the public around. So
exactly.
He does a great job getting the fans in there at Massari Arena. There's a great atmosphere.
Well, and then in the semifinal game, had a 7-point lead on 2 different occasions. Weren't able to hit a field goal the final 6.5 minutes of the game. Only got the 2 free throws with about 4.5 minutes to go. And had, Jordan Blair with a shot at the game winner. I've watched that thing about 5 times. I keep waiting for it to hit the board and go in. It still just falls off the front iron. But what a game that was.
Well, I don't want to be too critical because what an outstanding season they had. I think I'll stand on this here, and I'm sorry if there's any Mesa fans that tune in. I still think CSU Pueblo through 2 games is the better team. It seemed like through 2 games we outplayed them for about, 58 minutes of the game, or 58 minutes between the 2 games and whatnot. But it was one of those situations, Jim, you'll appreciate this being a golfer. I felt like it was, you just try to get in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where you dominate for 15 or
Stay
16
aggressive.
holes. And exactly. And it's like, how quick can I get in the clubhouse right here?
Yeah, keep going for birdies.
It was unfortunate there. I felt like the Thunderwolves outplayed Mesa. They really it was a gritty game. It was one of those patented Zach Rubisam low-scoring gritty games. And unfortunately, those last 4 minutes, just Thunderwolves didn't hit any shots, and Mesa just found a way to claw their way back in and survive a 1-point win.
Well, that's enough of hearing from us 2 local yokels. Let's get to the teams. Come back after this timeout. We'll talk to Taylor Proctor and Genesis Sweetwine as we talk women's basketball. All comes your way next. This is the Pack Basketball Show. Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
And welcome back. Pack Basketball Show here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Joining me now, Taylor Proctor and Genesis Sweetwine as we talk women's basketball. We'll start with Taylor subbing in here tonight for Tommy. Tommy's out on the road recruiting, I assume?
We're back on the road. I mean, literally the day after season ended, we were just talking about who we need to bring in and, the next steps for next year. So
I'm going to give you a hint. Don't be shy. Talk into that mic. Get it up there. There you go. Genesis didn't end the way you guys wanted it to, but, man, it was quite a battle down the stretch. Had some great ball games, just weren't able to quite finish it off, but I thought all in all you had a great season.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was rough all season. We fought through a lot of adversity, but, I mean, we fought through it. We got, we made it to the end. Obviously, it was a tough loss not only on Thursday against Fort Lewis, but that Saturday, too, our senior night. We obviously didn't want to finish that way, but I'm just proud of the girls for fighting through everything this year.
Yeah, Fort Lewis battle right down to the very end, and then just slipped away there late, and then even the Adams State game had them down. Seemed like in firm control there, double-digit lead, and all of a sudden, boom, they came right back on you, showed what a great team they are. They're in the NCAA Regional for a reason, but you guys got to feel like you probably should have had that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a fight all game, like you said, but, at the end of the day, they pulled it out. We weren't able to, but, it was a good game regardless. We had fun.
Well, Taylor, talk about this player, Genesis Sweetwine. She's got to be a coach's dream. She's like a coach out there on the court, so unselfish. Sometimes you want her, hey, shoot more, do more, but she's a distributor. That's in her DNA. Tries to make everybody better, doesn't she?
absolutely. I've been in RMAC for, I think I'm going on 10 years now, and she's probably like my favorite point guard I've ever coached. She just sees the court very well. She sees the court very well. She's able to drive and dish and just shoot the ball really at a high level. And so that really helped us down the stretch. She's a leader for our team. She's one kid that we're going to miss desperately next year. She brings a lot of energy. I know she's very quiet. She comes off very quiet, too. I know this is probably the most you probably will hear her talk is on the camera. But she does the little things off the court, too, is just keeping her teammates accountable and just together. And so that's what a coach always wants in that point guard, and we're definitely going to miss her next year.
Oh, we talked about it throughout the year, Genesis, when we've had you on. I think your best quality about you is you're fearless. You have to be, being a little, as we say, vertically challenged, in other words, short for basketball, but some ways that helps you. You can get where you need to get. You can get around slower players, can't you?
Yeah, I remember I told you a few interviews ago, sometimes it's, it's tough being so small, but it's also to my advantage because I'm not only short, but I'm kind of quick, too. I would consider myself to be one of the fastest guards in the league, but I don't know. It's fun playing against bigger players because I'm able to, break them down, especially with Coach Jay, Coach Taylor. They're always telling me to attack the bigs because obviously they can't guard off the dribble. So.
Well, then I'm sure at some point in time in the game, certain games this year, you could see the flow wasn't happening. Anybody else couldn't make a shot, and you said, you know what, I'm going to hit a couple, and it seems like it loosens everybody up.
Yeah, again, kudos to Coach Jay and Coach Taylor because they're just telling me, to shoot the ball, be confident in my shot as much as I am in my playmaking abilities. So, that had a lot to do with it, as well as my teammates always just telling me, hey, we trust you to shoot it too, so.
I guess that's job number one, Taylor, when you're out recruiting now, is find another point guard.
Exactly.
That's the first one. You got Talia Strode, probably the heir apparent, perhaps. I don't know if she's quite the point you want, maybe more of a two-player, but maybe a one, but you got to find somebody.
Definitely. We have to develop Talia a little bit, but I think that, she's coming in. She has 3 more strong years ahead, or 4, because she's redshirting.
Right.
So just having 8 games under her belt going into her freshman year, I think is going to be really a key for us next year. But, yeah, we definitely need a sweet wine on our roster next year, too. So we're definitely looking out.
Plus, always on the lookout for shooters, and that always helps when you got somebody who can drive and dish and shoot. But I thought somebody else on your team, when you look at the roster makeup, Jada Bobb has potential. Of course, you played in the post. You know how rough and tough it can be, and you just have to more or less have the mindset to be strong there, not let the other player knock you off the spot. You knock them off the spot.
Exactly. Jada plays a little bit like a teddy bear sometimes, but we're getting that little mean streak out. There's glimpses. So hopefully this off season that we can really work on that a little bit, get her to more physical and have a little bit more touch and finish.
And I guess it always, every ball club, it'd be like Herb Brooks with the hockey team, watching all these things, making them just run gassers over and over. I guess when you're doing that, I guess that's the one thing for a ball club has to decide. Hey, we got to be in better condition than everybody else, even if we think we're in great shape, go an extra mile.
Absolutely. I mean, conditioning is part of the game, so I know the girls hate it, but this offseason we're going to really focus on that a little bit too.
Yeah, you always hate to hear Genesis. I remember when I was playing, it was on the line. Whenever you hear on the line, oh no, what's going to happen now? But are you going to miss any of that? What's the thing you're going to miss most about playing for CSU Pueblo?
I would say not only playing for Pueblo, just playing basketball in general. Just the relationships that you build, like lifelong friendships, memories that you won't get anywhere else. I've been playing basketball since I was 8 years old, and I've always just established like at least one, if not many friendships on many different teams. So I think that would be the biggest thing, just missing out on building those relationships with people.
Are you going to be one of those players that just didn't give it up? You're just going to go out there and find a pickup game wherever you can, get in the gym, get some up, just wanting to play the game still, don't you?
Jim, last night I was literally looking at leagues in Denver.
There you go, exactly.
Summer, but yeah, I'm definitely not ready to give it up, but I mean, life goes on. Things are kind of up in the air right now as far as my future, but I'm excited for what's next for me.
Have you ever thought about coaching? Is that in the DNA for you, or side action, or what are your thoughts? What are you going to be looking forward to be doing here with your life after this? I know it's a big step. College is over almost, and now you have to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to coach. I already coached like a little AAU kind of rec league team back home over the summer. I'm going to be more involved with them this summer as well. And then, I don't know yet. I really want to, wherever I could get in as a coach, I really want to be that. So whatever steps I got to take to get there, I'm going to do it.
Well, now we got Tommy out recruiting. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of to do with that. I probably can't name any names you're going after quite yet who you're after, but I'm sure you have a list of probably 5, 10, 15. I don't know, what is the list? What is the process of recruiting right now? Do you have somebody that is the person we got to have, or is it more like a group?
It's more of a group. You have to have a couple options, available, because one might, turn us down and be like, no, I don't think Pueblo's for us. But we have that list that obviously maybe 1 or 2 are going to be like, no, Pueblo's where I want to be. We are looking into bringing in a point guard, kind of a 2-player, and then also a post player.
Well, it has to help when you're out recruiting, knowing the support that CSU Pueblo gets for the women's program. Plus shows like this, I got to pat my own back there. This helps in the interviews and all that. It's a good place to be for a player that wants to be recognized, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, out of all my years of coaching, this is probably the biggest community that I've ever experienced, and it's amazing. It's very family-oriented, too, and I mean, I came in just my first year, and I feel like I've been here for years, and so I just really appreciate everybody that's come out and support us throughout the whole entire year, especially with Coach Jay and the girls. I mean, you guys, your support has been amazing. Amazing, that's all I can say.
Genesis, now pressure's on you now. Now you have to spread the word. Do you have any friends and players you've played with it, or a couple years younger, maybe out somewhere else playing it? You came up through the JUCO ranks. Anybody you talked to, if they asked you and said, hey, should I go? What do you tell them?
I mean,
find the right fit?
Yeah, but also kind of like what I was saying, like you establish a family here at Pueblo. Like kind of like Coach Taylor was saying, I feel like I've been here for way longer than I actually have, just with all the support we got. So I just tell them, like, if you want to go somewhere where you can be developed but also establish a family, like Pueblo's the place to be. I have some people that I talk to or that I've been helping recruit, but
yeah, there you go.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, and with the wild and wacky world, it's the wild, wild west with the transfer portal. You can't talk to anybody, but you kind of can. You go. I don't know how you guys do it without. I know coaches are always trying to poach another player. Like I've heard all this stuff about on the men's side when we talk with Zach here a little bit later, and just a little bit more familiar with him because we were after the ball game talking about it at the restaurant and telling me, look, this player, this. It's kind of fascinating knowing these players already are out there, and then you have to worry about, John Riston always said one thing he always had, he had to re-recruit his whole team every year. That got to be a grind.
Every year you have to re-recruit. I mean, if you develop a good culture, which I think we have here, it's easier to talk kids out of the portal. We never want to see a kid go in the portal, and we coach to make sure they develop and they're happy, and they want to finish their 4 years here. And so it is hard bringing in a couple of kids, on the portal just because they have more experience somewhere else, and they're coming into a new
we've talked about bringing in point guard and some shooters. You're partial to the post. You're a Hall of Famer at San Francisco, so I'm sure you're looking for some people that can bang a little bit, aren't you?
I sure am. I need one more.
One more. That's as always. You need one more. Go for two.
Hey, I will love to take two post players. They're hard to find.
All right, Genesee, you're going to spread the word, right?
I got you.
All right, wish you good luck. Thanks for everything you've done for the program and joining us here on after the games and with these shows and everything. Taylor Hughes well, subbing for Tommy Johnson. Come back. We're going to transition here. We're going to talk a little lacrosse. That comes your way next. This is the Pack Basketball Show.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors. From our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today.
And welcome back. It's Pack Basketball Show, transitioning into the Pack Lacrosse segment. Jim Brooks back here with you at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House. Got the head coach. Oh, head coach right here. I already forgot which way I went there. You guys screwed me up. The coach is always on this side. But that's all right. We'll cross it up. Taylor Ward. Emily
Hello.
Doan.
Hi.
Emily, where are you from? You're from California, I know. El
Yeah.
Toro High School. Which town?
Yeah, I'm from Orange County. I'm from Lake Forest. It's kind of near Irvine.
Okay.
So it's just really SoCal, close to the beach.
So, yeah, that's right. Kind of Los Angeles, right?
Like
A
kind
little
of
south.
San Diego.
More San Diego-ish?
Than LA.
I hope to be in San Diego this summer. It's always a
it's
nice
nice.
spot to be there.
Depends where you go.
How about you? You going to go to California all this year? Probably recruiting?
I usually go there about once a year, yes, to recruit.
Nice.
I got a lot of recruits from California, so.
Well, let's talk about the season so far. You guys got off to a great start, won your first two, lost that third one by a goal, and run into kind of a buzzsaw in Game 4. But you can see the improvement with the ball club so far.
Yeah, so we're still really young. We have, 12 freshmen on the team, and the other half is basically all sophomores. So it's cool to see them all start to work together and to see the program really build. And the progress we've made in the past couple of years is crazy.
Well, you've kind of made the decision when you got the job, you know what, we got to strip this down. Let's just strip it back and then start over again and get your own players and get the kind of the culture. Zach Rubensam always talks. Got to change the culture, don't you, of lacrosse?
Yeah, so that was my number one goal when I took over this job, was to change the culture, and it was probably the number one complaint I got from the girls that were here when I took it over was the culture. Emily Doan can probably speak on it better, but it seems to me like the culture has changed. These kids, they get along really well for the most part. I mean, they're girls, but yeah, it's getting a lot better.
Well, what was the big difference when she got the job? You know, what do you notice about the program that's, it's inspiring to you? What's the challenge?
I think it's more inspiring to know that we were so down for so long that we can we're making a comeback. We're not just we're playing Pueblo, easy win. I want to be the team where people are scared to play us, and I think we're kind of getting to that level. We're kind of building. If it's not friendships, we're all really close in the field, so off the field, so we're closer on. So I think I'm excited. I'm excited to play these new teams that apparently were so good, and now we're kind of gonna get better. It's
Well, it had to feel good for you to get the first 2 wins of the year. Of course, when you guys look at your previous record, saying, well, how's the start going to be? Wow, win Game 1, win Game 2, right in Game 3. I mean, you're right there.
Yeah,
We're competitive the other day as well.
Oh, yeah. I think yesterday we came out really strong, so I think that's all we have to keep doing is just play as hard as we can, give it all on the field, because you don't know how many games you're going to be able to play. So it comes and goes.
Taylor, one of the things I noticed today watching McKendree, just the difference, it's tough to build with size, isn't it? I mean, they're big and fast, and inside defensively, it looks like the biggest challenge to me, being the novice lacrosse guy I am, just watching here. noticed that seemed like to be the big difference when you separate teams is the defensive end.
Yeah, so I don't know how much size really matters as a defender, but being aggressive is definitely super important. Having a strong goaltender in there is really important. Scouting the teams and knowing, what to expect so you can adjust your defense is important. Yeah.
Yeah, great goaltending can make up for a myriad of sins, can it? We saw that today's
Watching
game.
the game today was crazy,
Man,
yeah.
there was some crap. I was breaking out the kick save and a
I
beauty
know,
a couple
I
times.
saw that
was
too.
awesome the way they were doing that. And the first quarter was 2-1. Halftime it was 2-1.
Yeah.
Now that's
It was like
remarkably
goalie
low
save
scoring
after
game.
goalie save after goalie save. That was crazy. Yeah.
Then in the third period they came back. So you get to watch. You probably watch the scout today. Watch the game and didn't watch the game today. So that's going to be your biggest thing is going to be watching and admiring my novice lacrosse calls and just crazies out there working at it, picking on officials already. I feel like I know officials. Oh, yeah, that's a terrible call. What do I know about? That's just in my DNA, officiating. But talk about your game. What do you feel like your strength? Of course, you're the second leading scorer on the team. You took over the lead briefly the other night, and then your teammate, Ainsley, had to get a couple in there late to get the team lead again, but it seems like you're having a nice friendly battle.
Yeah, I think I feel like last year we didn't have as many goals. I think I have more goals this year just within the first couple of games than I did all of last year. I think it's just like me developing as a player, growing with like my confidence and stuff. I've never really been a scoring type. I've been more like the assists. So I'm excited. I'm getting a couple of those goals, so not just being like the hockey assist or.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's a skill thing, or is it just a mindset? You know what?
Both.
Take the shot.
Both. I think it's both. I think it's confidence. You have to know when to take the shot and when not to, but you also have to like have the confidence in order to drive in and take those chances because it might not always work out.
Well, it seems like I have a problem with this. I don't know why we have to have a different set of rules for the men and the women. I think women could handle it just as well, playing by the men's rule. I think it's starting to get a little bit more physical. It seems like just watching this year, it seems like they're letting a little bit more stick work go, and I think you guys can handle it. I think you'd probably like it that way, wouldn't you?
It would just be nice to have more consistency with the refs. I don't think they mean for it to get more physical. I think it's just some refs. It just depends on the set of refs you get. So they allowed a lot more to go yesterday than they have in the past. So I have no idea what to expect on Thursday with our refs, but we'll see.
Is it just a case in point the difference in the game? Of course, they're more padded up, I guess, so they can take a little bit more punishment. You guys are out there not with all the gear on, don't have the helmets. You got the the eyewear, but it seems like I think the game would be better if it was a little more physical. It seems like it's more fun when you guys are out there, doing a little more stick work.
I think it would make it a lot more fun, and it would give the defense a lot more opportunity to actually play. The game, I feel, is kind of catered to the attack a lot, so it makes it really hard to play good, solid defense without drawing a foul.
Well, let's talk about the rules of the game when you're in there. I mean, in certain situations, I guess that's probably the biggest thing is learning what you can get away with and what you can't get away with, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's all about testing out the refs. Even when you're on the ride, you have to test them if you can be more physical or not, because you'll either get a green card or you can just keep going.
Just stay out of the cylinder, right?
Yeah,
Just stay out of the cylinder around the head. Go ahead and get them around the head and arm there, and that's no problem with that.
Sometimes it happens, people get a little rambunctious out there, but.
Well, I think it's going into this game on Thursday against McKendree. It seems like that's what you got to be prepared for. It seems like they're very tough. They're in the circle, I guess you call it. Is that the right term? Well, in the draw, but in the circle, and then of course the crease. We know about that. But when you get it inside there, it seems like they're not afraid to whack you a little bit.
Yeah, the draw circle can get a little crazy. But I feel a lot of refs kind of let a little bit go in the draw circle just because there's so much going on. So that is where it's kind of gray.
Now you're going to get a little addition. Looks like we're going to get a goaltender returning to the club. Probably not going to start right away. Probably going to make her, earn her keep back on the ball club. But that's got to help to have a little depth at that position.
Yeah, so we have Bree Mason back. She quit mid-season for some school stuff. Decided to come back. We're all really happy about that. She was all RMAC. She's a stud in cage, so it's really cool to have her back.
Well, Emma, you'd probably attest to this. Once you give something up for a little bit, you think, I don't want to do this, and then you realize, I do miss it a lot. And I think you come back with a little bit more hunger, don't you?
Yeah, I think she's excited to come out. She really made the games. Some of those games she would save our butts for sure. I'm excited as a player. She's part of my little family, so I'm excited to go on trips and travel with her. she's a great person to be on the team. She's always super friendly on and off the field, so I'm excited.
I don't know if people realize that. You guys travel more than anybody. I mean, you got to have a nice fraternity when you're out there on the road, or a sorority if you want to call it. You want to use a different word, but when you guys are out there, you have to learn to love each other, don't you?
Yeah, so we actually, to kind of help the girls bond, when she says family, we broke the team up into families. So there's about 4 girls per family, and it's who they room with every time we travel. They do coffee dates and study things together, and it's like a mix of sophomores and freshmen in different positions to kind of build bonds all over the team.
Do we have a little family feud going on? Do we have different families battling other families, or is all the families bonded very well?
We always are all hanging out in the same hotel rooms, just hanging out, watching movies or doing something. We have the best time.
They get matching pajamas.
There you go.
Each family. It's the cutest thing.
Might be fun to have a little family feud, though.
I know.
Have a little contest or something.
We do things like that.
Nice.
We do. It gets crazy.
All right, so let's look forward to the game on Thursday. What do we expect if people want to come out and watch?
What's
the keys?
Coming strong off the draw, stopping the fast breaks. We learned some little things that we need to fix after our game on yesterday. So just expect a nice, strong back-and-forth game.
All right, what are you expecting? What do you feel like you have to improve, and what does the team have to improve to pull out a victory? You and the team. What do you think? What do you think you're looking at?
We just need to improve on our communication on the attack. I think if we stay spread and just play our game, we should be fine. I think our defense did a phenomenal job against Rockhurst, all we could really do. But I think it's going to really be a battle against the goalies again, just like Fort Lewis.
And one final thing, Ty McDonough and I, we want, you're wearing the powder blue here tonight. The caps you have. Now, I hear the lacrosse cap. You got some kind of thing going on your fundraising. What are we going to do there?
Yes, I have a
This is
very,
the sharpest
very
cap
cool,
on campus.
a very cool blue and red cap. It says lacrosse on it.
With a Thunderwolf red on it.
You get it if you donate $500. So it's a very expensive hat, but it's very cool. So
if you're going to do 500, why don't you just do 1,000?
You're right. You're
Get 2
right.
of them.
The more, the merrier.
Yeah, that's all right. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Yeah,
Good luck.
thanks for having
We'll
us.
see you on Thursday. I'll be there.
See you guys Thursday.
All right.
Thank you. All right, thanks.
Emily Doan and Taylor Ward. We'll come back. We're going to talk men's basketball. It's when we come back after this timeout. This is the Pack Basketball Show.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for The Howler today.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
And welcome back, ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, Pack Basketball Show, men's segment. Zach Rubisam. Here he is, the legend, Michael Ranson, joining us here. You're a Wildcat. Right?
Wildcat, no
Always
question.
a Wildcat, played for your dad there at Central. Your older brother and Brad played at South, but you had to be different, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's all right.
He had to do something different. I'm Bessemer till I die.
You played on Grandpa's court, Jim Ranson
no
court,
question.
so that's always good.
No question.
Zach, it never ends the way you want unless you're cutting down the nets. But, man, what a fabulous season it was. And Ben Greenberg set out the list of firsts that your team has accomplished here in this last year. It was amazing. It was a 2-page, more than almost 2 pages there.
Yeah. First off, great work by Ben Greenberg to get all that information. That gave me goosebumps reading it.
Right,
When you're in the daily grind of it, and we're getting up, we're going to the office, we're going to practice every day. Coach Ranson are just trying to figure out how can we get these dudes better and keep them grounded. When you read something like that document after the season, you understand just how special that ride was. And I'll be forever grateful that this was my first team as a head coach. I'll be forever grateful that Michael Ranson was my first guy on my staff, and we kind of did this whole thing together. But great year, a lot to build on.
Well, in 30 years, when they rename the court, when they take Harry Simmons' name on and make it the Zach Rubisam court, that'll be when you really arrived, buddy.
That you put a lot of pressure on me. Let's just make it through year 2.
Okay, all right. Let's
just
get
finish
through
year 1. Let's make it through year 2.
Exactly. Don't want to put the pressure on your contract negotiations there. Michael, I mean, you had to be pleased. I mean, we chatted a lot last year. When we were chatting, we had no idea that you were going to be the guy here because you were kind of asking about players, didn't know where your next job was going to be, and then all of a sudden it ended up here. Talk about the process of ending up here back home.
Yeah, no question. When this job opened, I was really excited to speak with Rube and kind of connect through that process. But I always knew that, Pueblo is a job where people can win if they're about the right things and get the community involved because it's all about the people here. That's what makes Pueblo special.
Now, did you guys know each other before the process? Or
we knew each other a little bit. There was actually a crazy connection. The manager, when I was a GA at Murray State, was good friends with Zach. So, and we talked at the Final Four. So we had some relationships before that. So
I know when you got the job, Zach, that was probably, you've even said it. I've heard you tell people that was the best decision you made.
Yeah, and I'll say it because he's sitting here. It's just not when
exactly.
he's not
Well,
here.
You said it without him being around.
Yeah, he was the best decision we've made since being in Pueblo. We don't have the year we've had. We don't have the guys that we've been able to recruit. We don't have the community buy-in without Coach Ranson. And, his family's been so good to me. He's introduced me to so many people down here. He's been integral to the process that we've instituted down here in Pueblo. And he's going to be integral to keeping it going next year because now that's the challenge, right? Everyone says great year, and now they're like, how are you guys going to be next year?
Exactly.
So we're trying to enjoy it a second and then can kind of get back to work.
Well, and just talk about it. It was double duty for him, too, because we won't mention names, but you lost an assistant coach early on, so not enough time to hire a third. So it fell on him, more duties, and fell more on you. You guys more had to split up some of the duties that were going to be a three-way split.
Yeah, no doubt. Life kind of happens, and that's kind of all it was, is life happens. But I think it was really the best thing for us. It made my relationship with Coach Ranson, and I'm sure he feels the same way, we became pretty tight throughout this season just because we were in that foxhole. We were in that foxhole together. It was me and him. It's that's kind of all we got. And, he ran this part of practice. I ran that part of practice. There was ultimate trust there. But in a weird roundabout way, because it didn't feel like it in the moment, it was the best thing for us, best thing for our program, and it made me better as a coach, it made him better as a coach, made our program better, and it brought our group that much closer together.
Well, being around programs throughout the years, assistant coach, it's not like just some hack over there, picking up towels. I mean, you guys are working hard, and you run a lot of the show, a lot of the timeouts. You handle the first part of the timeout, then the main guy might come in and add some words to it, but it's really a lot of pressure, I think, on an assistant coach to get things right.
Yeah, I think we have a great relationship and it makes it easy, but he puts a lot of faith in me and a trust in me and a lot of confidence to coach how I want to coach, and that's why we work so well together. So,
well, how about talk about the philosophies? Are there certain philosophies he had that you didn't think were right at the start but have learned to like, and ones that you brought to him that say, you know what, that's a pretty good idea? I guess you guys are pretty meshed pretty well probably that way.
I think the most important thing that we were aligned on was defending and rebounding and then building relationships with our players. I think we both put a lot of weight into that and our guys' relationships, and then we love to teach defense. So I think that's where we really bonded, and it showed.
Well, people might not know about this guy. I mean, this guy's an awful.
Don't tell it.
He
Don't
didn't play
tell
any
it.
defense in high school.
No.
Just launch. But that has been the calling card for CSU Pueblo basketball. I mean, there is no tougher defense in the conference for 40 minutes than you guys this year.
Yeah.
The numbers prove it.
Yeah, and I mean, he's kind of we had thoughts on it. We talked about it before the season, but he's kind of take the bull by the horns as we instituted it, and he's run a lot of our defense. And the other thing that I'll say is I think our mentalities are a lot the same. If you come to practice, Jim, we coach these dudes really hard, but we can do that because they know we love them and we spend time with them. And I think that's why it's been so successful is we don't let them slip. We coach them. We just want them to play hard. But defensively, no doubt. Coach Ranson is elite teaching and coaching defense. He's taken the bull by the horns. He's been the architect of it. He's had every adjustment that we've needed within kind of the framework that we agreed upon early in the season. And, the numbers speak for themselves. So the thing I'm proud of is that's not the easiest, but the mentality is who we are now in our program. So whoever we recruit, whoever we bring in, are going to have to kind of fall into that culture and fall into that line.
Well, Michael, is there a point in this season, probably early on, before the season, you set kind of goals? Well, what can we accomplish? We got to do this, we got to do that to get to this level. But I'm certain at probably the start of the year, you said, man, can we be above 500? Can we somehow get in that top 8? But as the season went along, you guys realized, hey, things are happening. This is kind of magical. We can be a lot better than people think we are. We might pull off something really special here, which you guys ended up doing.
Yeah, no question. I think the biggest thing was, regardless of what we thought before the season, our players bought into what we were doing. And day in, day out, they came to practice and practiced hard every single day and did what we asked. So, it's really credit to the players that we got to the point we were at.
Well, and I'm sure, Zach, for you, just a couple of the returnees, Jaden Kennis and, of course, JB, do I want to come back? Well, they decided, you know what, after the meeting with you, let's play. And as the season went along, their play just kept elevating those two guys. And some of your other returns, Sam Howery, just doing what he does, and plus meshing with some of your returnees. Got a healthy Ty Adam. We'd like to get Corbin Garver healthy for next year. But, everything just seemed to work right for you.
Yeah, it did. And, those guys buying into me from day one, from the first time I was up in the Wolfpack room talking to them, to the individual meetings, to giving me their trust, like, hey, it's going to be different, but this is my vision for it. We're going to recruit high-character guys. That means a lot to me, their trust. And that's why we come to work every day, because those guys trust us. And just in terms of our practice, like you were talking to Coach Ranson, like, I can only remember a handful of, like, man, that was a bad practice. Yeah. Like, that was the best thing about this team is we didn't have bad practices. We got in the gym, we got stuff out of it, and I think that's how we became so consistent throughout the year and we're playing well, is just because we didn't waste time and every practice was good.
Well, you guys don't relax at all. I think it shows that when you guys come out to warm up, and even at halftime when you come out, a lot of it seems like some of the fans, I remember Highlands, look at these guys. But you guys get after it. That kind of is a mindset, isn't it? Be ready to go when the whistle blows.
No question. It's our identity.
Yeah.
It's the the two things that made us good, defending and rebounding. So.
Well, talk about, we had to talk a little bit about that last game.
Yeah, let's do it.
You had that 7-point lead on a couple different occasions. And what do you think happened in that game that maybe as you look back as a coach, coaches always like to look back and say, man, should I have changed anything? But I get the feeling you probably said, you know what? I think we did what we needed to do. We just didn't quite execute the plan.
Yeah, first off, credit to Colorado Mesa, credit to Coach Dunlap. Good luck to them in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Well-deserved. I know their new AD, Rob Courtney, so happy for him as well. It was a March basketball game, and, we talk about defense and rebounding, and when they score 57 points, you hope that's good enough for your team to win. We didn't make enough shots down the stretch, didn't make enough plays. They made more plays than we did. Like I talked about you after the game, we weren't trying to go four corners, Dean Smith. We just wanted to be smart with it, and, there was a couple times Jordan got it in there. They called a foul on him passing. That was one. Took a couple tough ones, but then we had two wide-open threes in the corner,
right,
and you're like, it's a make-miss game in March, and, we ended up missing those, and then we talked about it after the game. I was proud of how we executed that last play. We've been talking about it all year, fellas. Late game, if we get a miss off a free throw or we get a stop, we are going to attack. Yeah. And we don't want the defense to get set. And, Jordan got it right there. I think Coach Brinsko told me today they had it as a layup on the play-by-play, so he was right there. And the game just didn't go down. So
yeah, I think I watched it 5 times last night or night before, cutting up the highlights.
You're better than me. I haven't watched it yet.
And I looked at him and go, man, how does each time I think it's going to go in? It's just a little, maybe 2 or 3 inches higher on the glass, or maybe toward the center of the glass. It's going to go in. It just kind of glanced off there, and it had the looking one. Plus, I'll go out and say this: the little guy. The little 5'8" guy undercut him. I think you could have called a foul there. Of course, I'm an offensive type player. I don't like when defense, but it looked like he kind of slid under him there a little bit. And I know JB thought the same thing. He was looking for a call there, and he was definitely bumped a little bit. Not enough to make a call unless it's against Western Colorado. The first game.
No comment.
But they didn't make that call. But, it wasn't enough, and I kind of agree with the not making the call there, the consistency. But, man, just to play, just a matter of inches. Then you mentioned it. I thought maybe throughout the game, early on in the game seemed like maybe a little nervous, maybe for the moment playing, and they were too. They were turning the ball over left and right too. It seemed like both teams kind of understood what was at stake.
Yeah, I think there were a little bit of nerves there. I think, again, we talked about it. I asked our guys before, like, hey, who's played postseason basketball? And Kyron Allen, who played at Trinidad State playing the JUCO national tournament, raised his hand, and no other hands were raised. Right. So, it was our first true experience of March basketball on a neutral court, and I think there were nerves there with that, doing some uncharacteristic things defensively. But, man, from that 12-minute mark on, we really settled in, and, someone has to win, someone has to lose, and you can second-guess yourself all the game, but I'll go to war with those guys any day.
And then the one screwball play of the game, I called it an air ball, and I still watched it again last night. Allred's shot, I mean, that thing, I don't know how it got in the basket without hitting the rim and going, it's such a high arch. Have you ever seen a review on a three-point shot to see if it actually went in the basket? That was the explanation. Hey, we're going to review this to make sure it went in. Because everybody kind of froze. I called it an air ball.
I asked Ty on the court. I was like, Ty, did you make that? He said, yeah, that went in. I was like, all right,
okay,
I guess it went in.
Go with him because he knows his shot. But in final, to talk about that game, that guy is the ultimate warrior, isn't he? I mean, that's the kind of guy you'd love to have because he's a beast. And then for Black Hill State, same type of player, Cam Lowe. Those are the kind of the special guys you need to really get you to that next level, isn't it?
No question. And, I mean, first about Ty Allred, like, unbelievable kid.
Yeah,
I've gotten to know him a little bit just through a mutual kid I've coached, Trevor Baskin. I went down and congratulated him and the team while they were eating, and he was actually FaceTiming Trevor, so I got to talk to Trevor a little bit, which was cool, but couldn't happen to a better kid. I don't know Cam Lowe as well, but Cam's an unbelievable talent. Tough guard for us, makes it hard on you every night, but those two guys were the best two players in the RMAC this year. And the fortunate thing for us is we're going to keep building this team. We're going to keep recruiting. I think we have a guy or two that can get to that level, and that's the beautiful thing about the offseason. In the season, it's about everything about the team. Now in the offseason, it's get with Coach Ranson, get right so we can get the next Ty Allred, the next Cam Lowe.
Well, being around the program all these years, like I say, we finally get a couple of players on the first team, all team. You got a freshman that battled for freshman of the year. You always look to have a newcomer of the year. I mean, sky's the limit, I think. Now you're out there on the recruiting trail, both of you. I know we can't name names, but you've told me a few in confidence, and it's kind of exciting if that does turn about. Of course, as John Risson says, you always got to re-recruit your own team. We hope the guys that you have around, they need to have a talk with me to say, hey, you know what? Don't jump so quick at these little offers. But I go, that's the one thing. You got to re-recruit your own team. Plus, there's so many pieces out there that you might be able to get to bring in here. And now with the season you guys had, it's not somebody settling. Well, I'm going to settle. I'm going to go to CSU Pueblo because they're offering me, nobody else is doing it. Now this is kind of a destination place, it seems like.
No question. And you hit the nail on the head. We had a great team meeting today, and those, 11 guys that are able to come back are our biggest recruits. We have to be able to recruit our own program. Stick with our culture because that's really the only way you can build culture.
Right.
And then, like you're saying, it's the world of college basketball these days. The transfer portal, everything that goes on. I don't have much control over that.
Right.
We can control what we're about, and there has been a lot of interest in CSU Pueblo. So my job as the head coach, Coach Ranson's job as the assistant coach, is to continue to put this program in a great spot to continue success. And we just got to get the right guys in here. But there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of buzz, and we can't wait to see who's next.
You don't have to re-recruit this guy, do you?
No, I think he's with me for the long haul, hopefully.
I like it. Hey, you guys, thanks. Enjoyed it. Congratulations on a great season, just from the personal standpoint, making it such an enjoyment. Watching the ball games and calling the games. You guys do a great job making it enjoyable. Thanks a lot.
Jim. Appreciate you.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Michael Ranson, Zach Rubisam will come back. Going to wrap things up with Ty McDonough, our final segment. We'll put a bow on this Pack basketball show right after this.
Hello, Thunderwolves fans. Jim Brooks here, your voice of the Thunderwolves, reminding you that tonight's edition of the Pack Basketball Show is brought to you by The Howler and the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle, courtesy of B-Fish Inc., also known as Tim Simmons, the resident historian of Pack Athletics. It is real simple. Visit bficcc.com to access the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle homepage. From there, click on the Click Here button to sign up for The Howler. Each week, you will receive in your email box a new edition with articles and links to keep you up to date on all things Pack Athletics. Join the Colorado Collegiate Chronicle and sign up for the Howler today.
At ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, we're all about great food, cold beer, and unbeatable game day vibes. Located near CSU Pueblo, we're the go-to spot for students, locals, and sports fans looking for a place to kick back, enjoy delicious handcrafted pizzas, and catch the big game. Every dish is made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors, from our signature pizzas and juicy burgers to our wide selection of ice-cold beers on tap. Whether you're celebrating with friends, grabbing a bite after class, or fueling up before the game, it's where the action happens. Come for the food, stay for the atmosphere. ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House.
I tell you what, Ty McDonough, welcome back to ThunderZone Pizza and Taps. Got to love our fans that come out each and every week for the Pack Basketball Show. This has been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
Oh, our Pack Club members are incredible. I mean, they're here night in and night out, and, man, it's pretty awesome. I mean, I'd say Pueblo, first and foremost, probably a football town, but, man, I think they're fired up about basketball. I know I am for sure. And, yeah, what a great season here, and our ThunderZone friends here. Awesome. Ryan Howard does a great job, and a great support from our Pack Club members night in and night out.
Well, one guy that is truly excited about basketball, that's Tim Simmons. The Big Fish
Timmy.
himself, Beef Fish Incorporated, it's helped sponsor the show. It was kind of his vision. He goes, why can't we do a basketball show like we do with Phil Vigil and the Pack Football Show? He said, I'm down for it. So we got it set up with your help. And Ben Greenberg's help decided, we could pull this off, and it's been a lot of fun. I think it's been a big addition, plus bringing some of the other programs in as well. Our apologies to golf. We're going to do a separate thing maybe with him down the road.
Koshki might ask for his own show.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Coach Riston, too. I mean, the two of them. But, no, it's incredible. It's great to bring in a different coach and player every week. Taylor Ward, she's sticking it out with us here so far tonight. But it's great. I mean, gosh, I'm excited for the end of the year when Ben starts doing all of his research and we see how close we are up in the Learfield Cup, because I know it's not just basketball, it's not just football that's making noise. We're making noise across the whole athletic department.
We had the track team here earlier this year. They're doing great things. Baseball, looking forward to the series. You'll have the call on Friday's game against Colorado Mesa, and I think maybe you and I will work together. Saturday, we'll see. I guess you have the day off.
Game time decision on me.
Maybe it'll be a decision to come work with me a couple ball games. We'll see how that works out. But with 4 games against Mesa this week, softball team, they're on a nice winning streak, so everybody doing well.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the year, I mean, it's already mid-March just about. It's crazy how fast this year's already gone. But by May, we'll have the Learfield Cup. That's kind of like, if anybody listening out there, it's a combination of all your sports. Right. And I think last year, Ben's gone off and he's chatting up with Coach Rubis. I think we were 12th last year. Nice. So, I mean, and the way things are going right now, I mean, I expect a few national championships here in a few days with track. And, gosh, I mean, the way CSU Pueblo Athletics is going right now, let's see if we can get ahead, get in that top 10.
Well, I just want to go out and say thank you for all you do and all the help putting this show together. Andres
appreciate that, Jim.
Also giving me the highlight packages each and every week, the raw video that I'm able to cut things up so we're able to show, and he's sending me some lacrosse stuff here tonight, so we'll cut that up for that segment as well. But thanks a lot. Good luck the rest of the year. We'll see you down the road.
It's a pleasure always, Jimmy, and we'll I cannot believe I tell everybody this. Jim and I both played golf in college. We haven't even played golf yet. Been here almost
one time. More than did we? Tournament.
Oh, that's right. We did play. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Maybe we'll get together again.
I know.
If the Big Fish puts us together again this year.
Come on, Tim. We got to make that happen.
Greg, we'll make that happen again.
We let him down last time. He paid for our team, and we didn't show up really.
Yeah, we had
a rough go.
We had a rough go. We were nervous.
Yeah, we had high expectations for one another.
Out of our element.
We got through 9 holes, and we stayed in the clubhouse a little too long.
Right, thanks a lot.
Always my friend.
All right, special thanks to Tim Simmons, the Big Fish himself, Beef Fish Incorporated. You just go there to bficcc.com, click on the button up top, says click here. It brings you the Howler, it's called. It's all the newsletters, all the articles that pretty much you and Ben Greenberg and Andres put together all week long, and it's all there in one spot to keep you up to date on Thunderwolves athletics. Special thanks to our head coaches, of course, Tommy Johnson, Taylor Proctor was here tonight, Michael Ranson along with Zach Rubisam, and everybody involved with Pack basketball. I was serious. Those two didn't want to hear about it. You guys that are on the fence thinking there might be greener pastures, this pasture's pretty good here at CSU Pueblo. I'd like you all to stay, and we got bigger and better things to come in the future. That's going to do it. Special thanks, of course, to everybody here at ThunderZone Pizza and Tap House, Ryan Howard, and everybody that helps us put on the show each and every week. That's going to do it for this edition of the Pack Basketball Show. Hope you enjoyed it all season long. Special thanks to Ben Greenberg as well, and the athletic director, Paul Plinsky. I'm Jim Brooks for Ty McDonough. Good night, everybody.